Hello, I'm Joanne Myers, Director of Public Affairs Programs. As many of you know, the Carnegie Council has been a forum for the discussion of ethical issues in international decision-making. But to continue to bring these wonderful programs to you, we need your help. Please visit carnegiecouncil.org, click on Donate/Join. Thank you for doing so.
There's an incredible amount of data picked up by the UNICEF in particular and Red Cross and so on the resiliency of the youths, of their ability, in fact, to compartmentalize that if given the opportunities within that rehabilitation process to have the time to sort of suck back and be reintroduced into processes, given skills, given time to educate, reunited with their families or communities if the families don't exist anymore, and go from there onward. And in fact, there's one area which we are looking at, which is still new, is the child soldier leader. That 14-year-old who's going on 25, who's been leading 50 kids for the last 4 years in combat, that the kids show deference to. What do you do with that one? Do you just throw him in with the rest of them? Or is that one going to, in fact, get a little turned off, lose all his power and everything else, and decide to go back into the bush, start the fight all over again? So there are residual psychological impacts, of course. The extraordinary power of the families, of the communities, as an example in sub-Saharan Africa, is such that they're finding that they're able to rebuild the youth back to power, except for the girls. Because the girls have been used, abused. And in so many of those cultures, when a woman has been abused, they are shunned. The family shuns them, the community shuns them. And so you've got these girls who are abducted and so on, have been raped, probably have a child, maybe two, are sick, and you've got to rehabilitate them. The boys is sort of that warrior thing that sort of is, brought back in. But the girls, because they've been sullied in their context, they're abandoned. So that's bad enough. How are they going to crack back into their community with a child, which they don't even know how to give love to because they don't even remember it themselves, and sick? But then on top of that, how do they handle the stigma of having been used? And we discovered when I was in Sierra Leone that, one, we could demobilize 10 boys for every girl because boys are less effective than girls. Girls can do all that I've described earlier on. But the girls, in order to get at them, to commence the rehabilitation, you had to crack through this incredible armor that they created of guilt. The society and the cultures are so strong that the girls actually feel guilty of having been abused. And you got to break that. And so the only ones that have had any success so far that I've been able to see have been the International Red Cross Foundation, who have programs of 9 to 10 months, where they actually keep them long enough to be able to work that through. The other NGOs, because of funding, often have 3 months, 4 months. The boys can work their way through it, but the girls not.